Well, I figured while I was shooting videos about all my crap in my yard, I'd show you my Hobo engineered lawnmower Gocart. Now this isn't made from a riding lawnmower, this is made from a push mower. And at one point it really did work. So here we go. It started out as a whatever it is, Yardman, like 6.5 horse push mower, self-propelled, but the handle was breaking off. So the first thing I did was I took the gearing out of the front drive, and I had these huge like snowblower tires on it while it was still a push mower, so I could get that thing going about 15 miles an hour and barely run behind it. And I also tied a string up to the butterfly valve and had it run back to the handle, and it had a little lever on there. So if we went into really deep grass, I'd just open that throttle up and it would wail, and then it'd shoot right through it. It was a pretty kick-ass lawnmower until the handle just kept breaking and breaking. There was already somebody had like cheaply welded it back onto the frame, but that weld was breaking, and yeah, I just didn't want to screw with it anymore, and I decided to make it into a go-kart. So first I put on smaller tires, which these are just lawnmower tires, and I had to add some little supports to the inside, because how they get driven on the axle is there's just a hole going through the axle. It's a 1/2-inch axle, and there's a 1/2-inch hole in the wheel, so the wheel slips on, then you drill a hole through the wheel and the axle. But with all that torque, the plastic would rip out, so I put a little copper collar on here, so just add some extra support, and it rides on these 6 plastic rims here. So that's how I fixed that problem. And it was also icy out, you know, it was like the middle of winter when I first built it. And so I added studs, which are just sheet metal screws. I would go ride around on the ice rink and like tear up the ice. So I got yelled at a few times. And then the steering, this was and is still the bitchiest thing on this cart. See, I took the little lever, there used to be a pipe that would come out of this one, and so when you turn it, it would go through there, the pipe would turn, move that joint, which would turn, move this lever. And so basically, it would just turn the tires like that. But bolts have come loose and it's starting to lose, you know, stability. And then this was really unsquare when I built it, and it's because of these blocks have cracked like 6 times. They're just 2x6s, and they crack in the middle and break. But since I didn't have any, you know, scrap metal at hand, so yeah, those are pretty shitty. Those are old lawnmower tires too. And then one of the more interesting features of the beast is the blade. So my mom kind of freaked out amongst other people that I would be riding a cart or riding a lawnmower with a giant spinning piece of metal on bottom. And I kind of figured it'd be smart to get rid of it too, since I was like sliding down the road and everything, you know, flipping over. So it turns out, you know, the flywheel on most lawnmowers is the blade. They have a cheap, you know, light aluminum flywheel for the ignition and everything up on top, but what really carries momentum around is the blade. So without a blade, when you try to start it, it likes to pop over backwards at ignition, and it yanks this pull start right out of your hand and like really hurts your fingers, and it really runs bad too. So you have to make something on here to carry momentum. Originally there was a lawnmower tire, but that rips out because of plastic, and then I put another lawnmower tire, and another one, and another one, then another one, and then another one, and you get the idea. And so finally the last one blew up, and I was like, screw it, and so I just put this guy back in the weed piles. Haven't screwed with him ever since. But for the drive, this isn't the original belt. The original belt broke, but it's just the regular pulley off the drive, And then for clutch, or disengage, engage, it's just a belt tensioner. It's an original piece. And this new belt doesn't fit too good. It's a little too small. So that doesn't work too good. But to engage it, it was a foot. Like, see, sit up on that piece of plywood. And there used to be little sides on it too. But to go, you'd press your foot down on this, and that cable would go around there and pull the tensioner tight. And things are stretching out too. It's just a shitty design, so that clutch really doesn't work anymore. But it's pretty fun when I first had it going. And the kill switch is just right here. That grounds a spark. And the extra throttle is right there. You just grab the string and pull it. My top speed on it used to be around, I never officially timed it, but I'm pretty sure it was around 15 miles an hour. You know, it's pretty fun, but it's a death trap. So yeah, if you have any questions about it, email me. And I really wouldn't recommend building one. They're a giant pain in the ass and never work. So just get a horizontal shaft engine, centrifugal clutch. Be much better off.